The U-shaped corridor branches into three directions, but there are no signs indicating where they lead. This is your first time visiting the top floor of the Omni-Spirits Bureau. When you received the director's meeting notice 3 days ago, you weren't exactly expecting to run into trouble at the very first step. The maze-like corridors make your head spin. When you finally reach the end, you see a large vermilion door adorned with intricate carvings. Recalling that this seems to match the description given on the notice, you push open the large door. The blinding white light makes you squint, and when your eyes finally adjust, your mouth drops slightly open in surprise. Huh? For some reason, you find yourself outside and the Omni-Spirits Bureau is nowhere to be seen. You look around. This is a district in northern Hatsu City that has become a famous tourist spot due to its distinctive architecture. Strangely, there isn't a single person around. This may not be a main street, but it shouldn't be this deserted. I feel like I've been here before. Ah, fragments flash through your mind. You remember that this was where you carried out your first task after joining the Omni-Spirits Bureau.
안녕하세요. 실례지만 누구...
A familiar voice rings out. You turn around to find Luke standing behind you. Your eyes meet and he freezes in surprise, leaving the rest of his sentence unfinished. You must be Luke, right? The director told me about you before I took on this assignment. His name slips out before you can catch yourself. You quickly gloss over it by extending a hand toward him. Hello, I'm Shurara. I look forward to working with you. Luke gently squeezes your fingers.
네, 저도 반가워요.
Seeing that he doesn't press further, you let out a quiet sigh of relief and turn to look at the other side of the street. You did carry out your first task with Luke, but what's going on here? Have you gone back to the past?
맞다. 임무 브리핑 봤어요? 바로 이 거리에서 요즘 이상한 일들이 일어나고 있어요. 길을 걷다 갑자기 사라지고 또 전혀 다른 곳에서 나타나는 사람들이 많다고 해요. 시간도 장소도 무작위로 일어나서 다들 불안해하고 있어요. 그래서 이 거리에 아무도 오지 않게 됐죠.
Actually, these are... Hold on. The memory of your first meeting resurfaces, making you pause. For a moment, you hesitate whether to tell Luke that this is all just a prank by a little monster. It had cast a spell on the wall advertisement. Tearing it down, picking it up, or stepping on it after it falls would immediately trigger the spell. Whoever was unlucky enough to do either of those things gets randomly teleported somewhere else. The monster even calls it a well-deserved break for those who are insightful about life.
왜 갑자기 말이 없어요?
Nothing. I was just going to say that it is our responsibility to investigate these matters. But then you had both worked really hard to uncover the truth since neither of you was familiar with investigative work. Should I just tell Luke about it, or would it disrupt the cause and effect of things? Plus, there were also so many other things that happened today. It would be terrible if I ended up stuck here by saying the wrong thing. After thinking it over, you decide to keep it to yourself for now and see how things unfold. Luke suddenly taps your arm.
저기 봐요. 누가 왔어요.
You look across the street and see someone standing before the ad. Upon closer look, you realize that it's Artem. What's he doing here?
아는 사람이에요?
Yeah, his name's Artem Wing. He's a famous monster attorney.
그래요? 근데 저 사람 그냥 지나가는 것 같진 않은데 뭔가 알고 있는 거 아닐까요?
Autumn crosses his arms and stares at the egg thoughtfully, as if tempted to peel it off and take a closer look. Autumn's going to be teleported if he follows that line of thought. You sneak a glance at Luke. He seems to be considering whether to go up and talk to Autumn. Worried their meeting might cause more trouble, you point at the list in Luke's task briefing. I'll go talk to him. I know a bit about him from before, so it will be easier for me to start a conversation. Look, you should go talk to the victims. You might find something useful.
알겠어요. 무슨 일 있으면 언제든지 연락해요.
After watching Luke leave, you walk over to Artem. He is still staring at the ad deep in thought. You lean in for a closer look. The advertisement reads Artem Wing's Monster Law Firm, professional and just around the corner. Artem, is this how you usually do advertisements? It's definitely a professional establishment, but calling that hidden office somewhere just around the corner is a bit of a stretch. You swallow your honest thoughts, and when you snap out of it, you find Artem looking at you in confusion. Crap, this is my first time actually meeting him, and I'm acting way too familiar.
아니요, 이건 됐습니다. 혹시 저를 아시나요?
Of course, you're the monster attorney, Artem Wing. Most of us at the Omni-Spirits Bureau know about you. Artem nods slightly as if accepting your explanation.
혹시 예전에 말년국에서 뵌 적 있지 않나요? 어쩐지 낯이 익네요. 죄송합니다. 너무 진부한 인사네요.
A faint blush colors Artem's face. He clears his throat lightly and shifts his gaze back to the advertisement.
광고는 제가 붙인 거 아니에요. 저도 이상해서 여기까지 온 거죠.
What happened?
요즘 사무실에 이상하게 찾아오는 사람들이 많더라고요. 어떤 사람들은 문이 잠겨 있었는데도 들어왔어요.
The lock Artem is referring to is the one that makes the door inconspicuous to others, although he doesn't go into detail about it today.
물어보니까 모두 이 거리에서 순간이동 당했다고 하더군요.
So, you came to investigate?
네. 이 거리에서 가장 이상한 건 이 광고예요. 변호사 사무소뿐만 아니라 제목이 전부 사람들의 눈길을 끌려고 한 것 같아요. 어쩌면 사람들이 이상한 데로 순간이동된 것도 이 광고 때문일지도 몰라요.
As he speaks, Artem reaches for the advertisement. You immediately stop him. Wait. Artem freezes mid-motion. He pauses, lowers his hand, and looks at you in confusion. I'm an agent from the Omni-Spirits Bureau, so if there needs to be a thorough investigation into the matter, that's my responsibility.
하지만
It's okay. You touch the corner of the advertisement and give Artem a reassuring smile. Even if I'm sent away, we'll meet again. You quickly tear down the advertisement. Everything around you spins and you seem to have fallen somewhere. Luckily, you don't break anything. You get up, shake out your arms, and quickly realize that you've been transported to a very familiar place, Vince's healing clinic. This feeling. You slowly lift your head. Sure enough, Vin is standing nearby, coldly contemplating you. Good afternoon, Vin.
노아 씨? 요원님, 저희가 그렇게 친한가요?
You're the one who told me to call you that in the first place. As if hearing your thoughts, Vince lets out an amused chuckle.
어떻게 이제 말년국 사람들은 불청객 노릇까지 하는 건가요?
Sorry, Dr. Richter, I seem to have taken a wrong turn somewhere. In a moment of panic, you can't think of any other excuse, and the excuse sounds flimsy even to your own ears. Vin clearly doesn't believe you, but he doesn't press the issue. He simply watches you with suspicion. You follow his gaze and finally notice the dust on your sleeves and the small scrap on your wrist.
이거 받으세요.
A band-aid rests in Vin's open palm. Thank you, Dr. Richter. You take the band-aid and notice Vin turning his eyes away.
길을 잘못 드셨다면 본래 가시려던 길로 돌아가시는 게 좋을 것 같네요.
그래서 내가 이렇게 데리러 온 거 아니겠어요?
You and Vin turn around at the same time. Mara stands at the courtyard entrance, leaning casually against a railing while smiling at the two of you. Wait a minute, you and Mara should have only just met today, so why is he acting as if he knows you so well? Could it be that you've already altered the past and something you don't know about has happened between you two? While you're lost in thought, Maris walks between you and Vin, not looking at Vin but staring straight at you.
상의할 일이 있다고 했잖아요. 왜 여기에 있는 거죠? 이 길이 익숙하지 않은가 보네요. 귀산거리가 좀 복잡해요.
이분은 길이 익숙하지 않다 치고 그쪽도 길을 잘못 들은 건가요? 진운골에서 귀산거리를 헷갈릴 정도면 그것도 재주네요.
난 당연히 그냥 지나가던 길이었죠.
Maris glances at the doorway, gesturing for you to go first.
자, 사람도 찾았으니 이만 가볼게요. 윤 선생님도 더는 신경 쓰지 마세요.
배웅은 하지 않겠습니다.
Street. After leaving the healing clinic, Maris remains silent. Unable to contain your curiosity, you tug gently at his sleeve. Do you know me?
모르는데요? 오늘 처음 만난 거 아닌가요?
Then why did you just speak to me like we're close? I thought you had written to the day we first met, just like I did. Maris stays composed, seemingly unbothered by everything that happened 5 minutes ago.
불의를 보면 도와주는 게 당연하죠. 그나저나 저 사람이 누군지 알아요?
He pauses for a moment and then shakes his head to himself.
됐어요. 아직 말년국 신입이니까 여기까지만 할게요. 정식 요원도 아닌데 도망가면 곤란하잖아요?
I would never.
그래요? 그럼 다음에 우리 유씨 경매장에서 도움이 필요하면 제일 먼저 찾아갈게요. 아까 내가 도와준 거니까 이 정도 신세는 저도 괜찮죠?
How does Maris manage to completely change the story with just a few words? Before you can object, Maris suddenly exclaimed as if he just remembered something.
아, 맞다. 아직 자기소개를 안 했네요. 내 이름은 유신우예요.
He glances at your uniform again.
말년국에 일이 있어서 가는 길인데 데려다 줄까요?
He's going to the Omni-Spirits bureau? Oh. You went back to the past through that door. If you return to where the door was, maybe everything can go back to normal. With that in mind, you nod at Marius. You don't delay. While no one's watching, you return to the large door, but when you push it open again... Conference room. What? There is no turning back now. The The door slams shut behind you, and in the conference room, the director Kiki and your other colleagues from the Omni-Spirits Bureau all turn to look at you with puzzled expressions. The meeting has clearly been underway for a while, but you can't make any sense of what's going on. What time is it now?
무슨 소리예요? 회의할 거라고 했잖아요. 얼른 와요.
Kiki pulls you to sit beside her. When you look up, you realize the 4 people sitting across from you are the ones you just met. Luke is an agent of the Omni-Spirits Bureau, so he should be here for the meeting. But why are those 3 here as well?
다음 달 열리는 말년국 연례 행사에 대해 아이디어를 나눠보자고 국장님께서 저희를 특별히 초대하셨어요.
Seeing your confusion, Autumn takes the initiative to explain.
그게 아니라면... 됐어요. 본론으로 들어가시죠.
진정해요, 누나. 표정 보니까 무슨 일 있었던 것 같은데 나한테 얘기해 볼래요?
You glance back at the tightly shut door of the conference room, but still can't make sense of what just happened. The Omni-Spirits Bureau has plenty of mysterious places. Did you stray somewhere you weren't supposed to? Or was it all just a dream?
무슨 생각해? 아까부터 계속 말이 없네?
Luke waved his hand in front of you, a hint of concern flickering in his eyes. You gave him a small smile. It's nothing. I'm just a little embarrassed about being late.
정식 회의가 아니니 괜찮네. 자, 다들 모였으니 이제 시작하지. 다들 좋은 아이디어를 내서 올해 행사를 더 재밌게 만들어 보자고.
Annual party? You smile and nod, deciding not to dwell on it. The past is certainly nostalgic, but staying focused on the present is what matters, isn't it? You look around at everyone in the room, taking note of how they appear in this moment. I hope we can be partners again in the next task.